For almost all of human history, the typical person lived on about $3 per day in consumption, give or take a dollar or two. That's in today's dollars, meaning that you can buy everything our not so distant ancestors lived on for an entire year, including their food, shelter, clothing, and the rest, for about $1,100 these days. And if you look at the data, you'll find that this is the case for people living in 10,000 BC right on through to around 1700 AD. There are some ups and downs where the average rises to perhaps $4 a day or falls to $2 a day, but the key takeaway is that despite scientific and technological progress over these millennia, average income, or GDP per capita, as we sometimes call it, remained constant at the subsistence level. Then, starting in the late 1700s and then really taking off after 1850, per capita income started to rise exponentially. This economic boom is the first mystery we want to explain, and to begin, we need to understand what an economy is. All we have, at least for now, is this blue marble of a planet. It's packed full of resources which we can use to produce things with, but those resources are not infinite. That presents us with a problem, which we call the economic problem. Scarcity forces us to choose how we will use our resources. The unfortunate reality of our universe is that choices imply costs. One scarce resource is time, and because the amount of time we have is not infinite, we have to choose how to use it. And if you choose to use your time to study economics, it means you have less time available to do everything else. That is a cost. We usually associate costs with a payment of money, and so economists define the opportunity cost as the value of what we give up when we make a choice. Say what you want about virtue and the higher things, but binge watching a show on Netflix is pretty fun and therefore valuable. Not getting to binge watch more shows on Netflix is an opportunity cost of watching this video instead. The hope is that you're getting more value from this, but that doesn't erase what you give up. This is true of all our resources. If we use time and effort along with steel and electrical wiring and glass and rubber and whatever else you need to make an airplane, there's less of those things left over to make cars with. Making airplanes reduces the number of cars we can have, and so cars are an opportunity cost of airplanes, and vice versa. The economic problem forces us to make choices and therefore endure costs. It forces us to answer the question, how should we allocate our resources? This is the fundamental question the study and practice of economics is trying to answer. Economics is the study of how we use our scarce resources. That's not just our material resources like iron and aluminum and silicon, but also our land and our labor and our entrepreneurship. Throughout history and still today, different societies have found different ways to organize the use of their resources. But all of those different ways can be summarized by how they answer three basic questions. The first is, what will we produce? When we use our time or our physical resources to make something, it's no longer available for us to use on something else. For example, should we use our steel and electrical wiring and all the rest to make more airplanes or more automobiles? In other words, we face trade-offs, and we need our economic system to make the decision of what to produce. Second is, how will we produce it? There is more than one way to skin a cat, as the very weird and kind of creepy saying goes. If we decide we should use our steel and electrical wiring and labor to build cars, it remains an open question as to how we combine those ingredients. Is it better to use some of the steel and wiring to make robots that put the cars together, or should we use labor for that? Exactly how we go about producing the things we produce is an important question, and our economic system needs to help us figure that out, preferably in a way that minimizes the use of our resources. Third is who will get it. The goal of an economy is to use our resources in a way that improves our lives and satisfies our needs and wants. We make things to be consumed by people, but who gets to do the consuming? Who gets the car that we build? Our economic system needs to be able to distribute what we produce. Hopefully, you're already thinking about how the best known economic systems, like capitalism and socialism, answer these questions. And next, you'll explore 3 of the major systems that have been developed by looking at them through the lens of history.